In this segment, we're going to talk about how to quickly and efficiently tell the difference between different kinds of infantry units in the game. We're going to start off with the medic. So if we click on it, we can see the ribbon. And ribbon is red, while the icon is always white cross. This is medic for sure. And on top of it, we can see his primary weapons. So in medic's case, it's pistol, right? Then, for example, this guy has SMG. This guy has flamethrower. This guy has, a light machine gun, and so on and so forth. The more time you spend with the game, you can kind of be able to tell different weapon types from one another. But there is also like a small mark on the right side. This is this one over here, movement mode. By default, this one is a halt position. That means that they will be controlled by AI. They will be able to fire, reload, heal themselves, maybe throw a hand grenade, but they will not move. If you turn this on, that means that unit will move on its own. It will attack, will defend, will retreat, depending on the AI's decisions. But by default, this stays turned off, and I usually recommend it stay like this. If we click on I, we can see the inventory of any infantry unit. So we have a pistol, we have some smoke grenades, a bunch of first aid kits, and we have a tent. So the job of a medic is to save your wounded soldiers on the battlefield, and you can use tent in the construction over here to allow your friendly units to get extra first aid kits once they use them. But you can also tell the medic by usually the circle that's around him. Not always there, but most of the time it will be there. The next one is an officer. So an officer can come with different weaponry, as you can tell, with a pistol, with a rifle, with a SMG. But you can kind of always tell officer by the, you can say, greenish, yellowish ribbon. It's kind of a light green or darker yellow, and depending on the type of officer, it can be a major, it can be a platoon leader, it can have like a different icon on top of it. But it doesn't change the fact that the biggest advantage of having an officer is essentially binoculars. Binoculars allow you to see true vision. You can be able to see the enemy in stealth positions across the map up to 200-meter range. I have like a very specific guide for recon, and including officers, have like a specific guide for medics as well. Should be in the same playlist as this video, so go there and check it out. And then we have engineers. Engineer ribbon has an icon with kind of a castle. I will call this a castle. And there are different kinds of engineers. So for example, builder engineer or field engineer has a type of like sandbags. His ability is to demine using mine detector or to build different type of constructions over here. Then if we look at this one, it's also an engineer, but if we zoom in a little bit, you can see that there are mines. This is a small mine. That means it's anti-personnel miner. If we press I, we can see his inventory. Then the next one is big mine. That means anti-tank mine. There are less of them. And the final one, what do you think it is? It's actually a flamer. You can see the indicator of a flame at the end on top. So that's it. Over here, we have tankman or tank commander. It doesn't really matter. So they have kind of a gearbox. Whatever their unit is, they always have a gearbox. Their ability is to quickly fix vehicles and equipment that are damaged. They're faster than normal troops, and they're a bit slower than field engineers that are the best at fixing stuff. Over here, we have signaler or radio operator. Depending on maybe different units, they can be called differently. They can be recognized by holding radio transceiver on their back, and they have a signal gun or signal pistol on their icon. It's also the top of the ribbon is green, so it's always an indicator of a radio operator. You can use his flare gun to call in airstrikes or essentially bombardments from off map. Then we have a rifle grenadier. Rifle grenadier has more of an orange type of indicator. because Americans, these are all American troops, because Americans do not have anti-tank rifle, I use some of the Germans over here. So anti-tank rifle is usually light orange, let's put it that way. It's light orange. Then we have rifle grenade that's orange, and then we have the heavy hitters. We have bazooka that's kind of red on top, you can see. We have Panzerfaust and Panzerschreck. They're all red. So the lighter thing is usually light orange. The medium penetration value is rifle grenade with orange, and the highest penetration value goes to bazooka, to Panzerschreck and Panzerfaust, right? Sometimes units come in teams. So you have like a bazooka team. They come with the bazooka guy. If you click over here, you can see a bunch of rounds and assistant. In this case, assistant comes with like extra rockets for it as well. So there is a difference also that Americans usually have bazooka guys in their squads, especially if you play Conquest or multiplayer. While Germans usually have like a dedicated anti-tank team, or in their infantry squads, they usually have those Panzerfausts. Maybe 3 or 4 guys carry Panzerfausts. There are different kinds of Panzerfausts. If these guys are a team, then this guy would be carrying, extra ammunition for Panzerschreck, extra rockets, essentially. We're gonna have like a special video talking about those guys, so I'm not gonna go too much into that. Over here, we have recon. How can you tell recon from other units? Well, essentially, they have eye icon on top of it. Recon guys usually have less of an equipment, unless they are elites. We're going to talk about, base units versus elite units, but they have an eye icon. That means they can see further away. And usually they have more stamina, less HP. Over here, we have a sniper, and sniper has a very specific, sniping mark or scope indicator. It's kind of self-explanatory. His job is to snipe enemy units, kill them with ease. Over here, we have special unit. This one is called the First Special Service Force, and whenever you have kind of a light blue color, that means it's an elite unit. And this one has like a crossed eye icon. That means that this is not only a recon unit by nature, has more of an ability to see than normal units, but can also have stealth feature. And if you want to learn about stealth feature and fields of view and how vision works in this game, I again encourage you to go down the playlist and find a recon tutorial that explains and talks in detail about officers. It talks about scouts, about stealth, about snipers. There are a bunch of other things that you can learn, including like a special sniping tutorial. But over here, we have something interesting, as we said. Sometimes units come with assistants. So this is a machine gunner. And he has ammo bearer. This is the guy that carries additional ammunition for machine gun. And the machine gun assistant that's there, and this guy actually falters. He should be the one taking the control of the machine gun. Important thing to remember is that all of those special weapon notifications for Panzerschreck or Panzerfaust or Bazooka, they only exist as icons if you play on easy or normal difficulty. If you play on hard or heroic, they do not exist. So this is why it's important to remember those top colors on ribbons. Alternatively, to tell what these guys kind of do, you can have the squad, and at the bottom of the screen, you can tell that these guys are like a heavy anti-tank stuff. This is anti-tank rifle. This is rifle grenade, assistant. You can see like what weapons they carry. Pretty cool. Whenever you click on a unit, in the bottom left corner, you can see some of the most important unit indicators. In red is health and health regeneration. Green would be stamina and stamina regeneration. While orange would be building material. And building material does not really matter unless it's a field engineer. Because field engineers have this construction option that allows them to build mortar pits, tank trenches, and other stuff that require building material. And if you want to replenish this one, you need an engineering truck. But going back to our original guy, over here, we can see his main weapon. And if we click there, you can switch to something else. And below that, we have secondary weapon, essentially hand grenades, smoke grenades, knives, satchels, explosives, whatever. Over here, you can see veterancy level. Veterancy levels go from 0 to 8 at maximum, and here we can see the kills. So the upper number essentially infantrymen killed, and the lower number is vehicles and emplacement destroyed. The more you kill, the more you destroy, the higher the veterancy level will be. And with the increased veterancy, you get more HP and more HP regeneration, as well as stamina and stamina regeneration. You also get weapon stars increase during this. The highest level for the weapon is level 8. And your primary weapon and pistol are usually the ones that get the highest level. If you take something else, like if this guy would take just an ordinary rifle or heavy machine gun, his star level will be lower. But we're going to talk about this in a very specific video. If you're trying to figure out if your unit is elite or low tier, just click on it and look at the bottom left corner. So health is 375 over here. That means essentially that this is an elite level unit. Without any veterancy upgrades, this is the max HP you can have. Well, for example, if we check our armor recon over here, it has only 150, which is the bottom tier. There are different kinds of units. There are units with 200 HP, 345, 250, depending on their veterancy and base level. But usually low tier is 150, kind of a mid tier is around 200, and elite tier is usually between 345 and maybe 375. Also, recon units have usually higher running speed and higher stamina in comparison to their HP. While normal units have higher HP and they're a bit slower, their stamina is a bit lower as well. Another indicator of the skill of the unit is their weapon skill, how many stars they have, and also the weapons. If we press I, the weapons they're carrying. How much ammo are they carrying? How many hand grenades or what kind of hand grenades are they carrying? How many first aid kits they have? Do you have any anti-tank grenades? If you're playing as Germans or Soviets, how many Panzerfaust do they have? And those kind of things will indicate if they're elite or not elite. You can also tell the difference between their icons. So these guys belong to the 82nd Airborne, so they're elite. You can see maybe Brandenburgers or other units that just by looking at them, you can tell.